Welcome to Fabulosity For You, and my name is Angie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please click the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so when I upload videos, you'll be the first to know. Like this video and make a comment. This channel is about fashion, relationship, and lifestyle. If this is not your first time visiting my channel, well, welcome back, my queens, and welcome to the kings out there. So today is Ratchet Wednesday. Ratchet Wednesday. It's Ratchet Wednesday. And today I'm going to do the review on the 90-day, The Last Resort, Season 1, Episode 6, The Last Lick. Okay? And so, for those of you that are joining me for the first time, I like to wear my shades because I like to throw shade. Okay? And I like to, on this channel, break down, unpack what the couples are going through and give my personal advice on what I think. Okay, so let's get right into it. It opens up episode 6 with Molly, Liz, and Kalina. So Molly invited the girls back to their room to continue their ladies' night. Last week they were at the pool, and so they went back to Molly's room. So Molly got all this lingerie around her room, and she tells the girls that, hey, I thought when I didn't know who was going to be at the resort, but I bought all sizes for different shapes of body. I did this because when you are going through things and you and your man not getting along, you lose your self-esteem. And so I wanted us to take our power back. Now let me just say this. Liz looked fierce. She had on a long leopard robe, and she had this white gown, black short gown underneath. She looked fabulous. I really loved that robe. I really did. And so, with that being said, she sat up and she picked out lingerie for everyone. The first person she picked out lingerie for was for Kalina. Kalina had this red, she came out in a red long robe, laced. She had black underneath, honey. She had a black whip. She came out strutting and hitting her whip. And Molly said, you will be the mistress of the night. Liz goes in and she comes out in a black robe. And she had, I believe it was like a blue or greenish two-piece underneath. And she came out seductive, walking out. And then she opened her robe. And everybody was like, yeah, girl, you look good, girl, yeah. So, Yara goes into, I just don't think I'm beautiful. I just don't think I look good. I'm ashamed of my body. I just don't know. When I grew up, my mom, she always tell me, you got a big nose. She tell me that. And she tell me if I'm 2 pounds overweight, I'm fat, I'm a pig. And so I just be self-conscious about my body. I don't know how I feel about putting that on. I don't know. Even Jovi won a contest, a beauty contest. Even Jovi won. And I'm looking at myself like, Jovi won what? Jovi won. I know Jovi ain't won no beauty contest. Honey, I don't know what she meant. Jovi won a contest. I don't know. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But big-headed Jovi, I don't see him win the contest. But anyway, so she said, and so Molly was like, girl, you are beautiful. Stop all of that. Go and put your outfit on. So she came out and she had on this leopard print robe, short, with a red bra and panties, honey. And everybody was like, girl, you look good, girl. And she said, how you feel? She said, you know, I do feel pretty. I feel good about my body. I do. I feel pretty. Okay, so, but let me rewind it back. So, before they did all of this, Angela comes into the room. And Liz was very uncomfortable. She told Kalani she hadn't seen Angela since they had to fight in the hot tub. And so Angela came in with vodka drinks, and she's like, passing out the drinks, and Kalana drinking. And she was like, listen, let me tell y'all something, girls. Ladies, we're not going to have this tonight. We're not going to have no problems. We're here to have a good time. Y'all need to work that out. So Liz, she was like, what I want to say to you, Angela, is that actually you really helped me and Ed, because I realized I did not have my man's back, but you did have my man's back, and you showed me something, and you helped us. So I thank you for that, Angela. And Angela was like, oh, girl, you're so sweet. She was like, don't be paying me no attention. You know, Angela a mess. Angela's just going to boo who Angela is. And so they ended up making up. So they had a great ladies' night. So next, we're going to go with Jovi, Kelly, and Asuela. So they left off last week in the bar, and they were still at the bar drinking. And so Jovi's like, listen, I knew this stripper from way back when, way before I was with Yara, and her name Jasmine, and I'm going to text her to see where she working at, because wherever she at, she going to hook us up. And they was like, what? Okay. And so he said, I think I'm going to invite Ed. Ed is a part of the group. And so Kelly was like, Ed called me a bitch. I don't want him going. And so he said, regardless of what, he's part, and it's only right we invite him. And Kelly was like, well, he needs to apologize to all of us. He needs to apologize to calling me a bitch. He needs to not jump on no bar or take his clothes off. We got to tell him that. So Jovi was like, I like that. Yeah, we could do that. So they end up hopping in a cab or Uber or whatever. And Jovi was saying in the confessional that he feels sorry for Asuela, because even though it was Asuela's fault about what's going on, he felt bad for him because, hey, he's trying, and everybody needs a break because it's been hard going through the therapy, and he feel like, hey, we need our men's night out to be with the strippers. Let me tell you something. Jovi gonna lead them to divorce court lawyer is what he gonna do. I don't know how you follow Jovi. So the next day, so later on, they meet with the group therapy. And so it was everybody. And it was around the pool, and it had like a bed. Every couple had a bed. And they had Michael set up to the side on the laptop, and they gave a blow-up dial to Angela. And so what they're supposed to be talking about, what they did talk about, is Kama Sutra. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a old ancient technique to give intimacy to couples. And so in this particular group therapy, the question is, you look at your partner in the eyes and you say what you love about them. So they went around, they went to Yavi, and Yavi said, oh, and he looked at Deep, and I really love Yara's personality. She has such a great personality. And Yavi starts smiling, and then Angela looks at Michael and said, Michael calms me down. Michael keeps me calm. That's what he does. He keeps me calm. And so Michael was like, I just miss you, Angela. And so it came to Kelly and Molly. And, you know, you have to be sitting down looking in your mate's eyes. And so he said to Molly, Molly, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable being this close and intimate with you. And she said, no, you're not really making me feel uncomfortable. And so he says, you know, she says, but I just want to say this. I think we have love for each other, but we are not in love. And so he was like thrown back, and he was like, you know, he said, well, she said, you're just not the person you had been with, you know, who I had met. And he said, well, you're not the person I met either. You different too. So he said, so you telling me that you don't love me? And she said, I just can't. I mean, right now in this space, I don't love you. And so he goes, again, he said this through all the therapy. Why am I here? Why am I here? You gonna do this in front of everybody. Honey, he walks, storms off, all right? She's sitting there, she's like, I don't understand. I mean, to see him just walk away, I mean, I didn't say I can't never love him again. I just said right now, I don't love him. And he don't love me, but we love each other. So for him to just walk away, it just hurts. You know that woman didn't care that man walked away. Because, honey, laying on the bed, she was like turning around. She wasn't close to him. She just there for a check, honey. I think it's all going to come out about them two, what really went on, why she really that mad after the show. So the producers, they go to Kelly's room. They was like, come on, we need to talk. Why did you walk away? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. He said, I can't fake the funk, baby. I can't fake the funk. It ain't what it is. It is what it is. She said what she said. I'm done. It's no sense of me being here. I'm done. And so, that was the end of that. That was the end of that. So, Liz and Ed, Liz and Ed, they looked at each other and they was getting sexual. You know, they felt they felt very intimate, and they just was holding each other and loving on each other and all of the things. You know, all the other couples was getting, how should I say, aroused by the Kama Sutra. You know, they had to like be on top of each other and look at each other and all these different ways. And Angela, she had the dial and she was playing with the blow ups, in between his legs, acting a fool, you know, acting like she giving blowjobs and all that kind of stuff. They silly. It was silly, but they had a good time. So the next morning, Kalana and her sister are talking, and her sister, you know, asked her, what does she think about Asuela? Are they doing any better? Did all the therapy help? And she basically said, you know what? It's like he's my friend. He's like in the friend zone. I just don't feel romantically involved with him. No matter what I do, I think of him being with other women, and it just don't work for me. And so then the whole gang got together for breakfast. Liz couldn't make it because she was hungover from last night. And Ed started talking about his hypnosis. He understood that in the hypnosis that he had another life. And in that life, he was mistreated. And he realizes that when he feels threatened, that he just goes crazy and goes off on people. And he understands that's something he needs to work on. Now, Angela said she believed in all that hypnosis and other lives because she felt like she was an Italian in another life because she cusses Michael out in Italian all the time. She crazy. So, with that being said, he gets up and he goes to Kelly and he said, I just want you to know I am sorry for calling you out your name, for calling you a bitch. I'm sorry that I'm always interrupting everybody. I realized through this therapy, hypnosis therapy, that I do need to work on my personality, that I am a bit much. And so I want to apologize to Kelly and to the whole group. And everybody was like, oh, okay, Ed. All right. And Jovi was like, he can come with us now. You know, he done gave the apology before we even asked him for it. So Kalina comes up with this game called Have You Licked or Had It Licked? So Angela says she's had her butt licked. Ed says he has licked and he has he gets his salad tossed. And it was like, and he was bragging on himself. You know, the way I lick Liz, it's like I do a good job. And they was like, let's show him how you do it. So he picked up this flour and he was doing his mouth all like that. All of a sudden, Asuela throws up. I mean, it was so nasty. He throws up. He was like, just thinking about him doing that, it just made me sick. Plus, I got a hangover from last night. So that was disgusting. And so was Ed disgusting. Did nobody want to see that? So, so they had another group. They had a one-on-one with the therapist and Asuela and Kalina, and the therapist was asking, them, are they getting any closer and are they doing any better? Asking Kalina, how did she feel about Asuela being intimate? And she just told him, I don't. He's in a friend zone. I'm just not interested in sexually with him. I've tried everything. It's just not working. I think about of all the women he's been with, and he's been doing this throughout our marriage. And so I think she said that throughout the marriage, he's cheated on me out of 3 years 9 times, even while she was pregnant. So she said with that, it's just really hard. And so the therapist said you have to learn how to forgive. If you want your marriage to work, you have to work on forgiveness. And then Asuela was like, I know I need to treat my wife better. I want to treat her better. I'm really trying and all of the things. So that's how that ended. And so Ed and Liz, they felt that at the end of the day, they felt like Asuela, he is trying. But at the end of the day, his wife, Kalina, just has a hard time forgiving. I really don't think that Kalina is going to forgive Asuela. I don't think so. It's just too much has happened. If he has, and I saw this on the internet that he cheated on her 9 times, but I believe it was also said in the show. And it says on the internet that he even cheated on her while she was pregnant. And so a lot of people were saying that they can't even believe that he doesn't look like a cheater. But a cheater comes in a lot of different forms. A lot of people don't look like they cheaters, but they cheaters. But he's a serial cheater, in my opinion. And so a serial cheater is going to continue to cheat. First of all, the guy is very young. He's in his early 20s. And he's in the United States. He's seeing things and doing things he's never done before. And I just think that it's just some people. Number one, I don't think he was really ready for marriage. I don't think that. And still not. You cheat 9 times. And then not only that, you have children now. So whether you're ready or not, here it is. So now there's no excuse. Well, no matter how young you are or whatever, he owed that to his wife. And so to me, I think he's a serial cheater. He shouldn't even be wanting to go to no strip club. None of them should be wanting to go to a strip club. But Asuela definitely don't need to be going to no strip club, and your wife doesn't trust you. You done cheated on her. So I don't see that working. Kalina, she did cry at the end, and she said she had something to reveal or whatever. But it's that he's just a cheater. I don't know what else she has to reveal. So that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And it looks like therapy is kind of working for Ed. But like Liz said, she can't put too much into that because they've always came to a certain point in a relationship and he goes backwards. So let's see if he goes backward. But it sounds like he's learning some things. So I'm happy with that. And have a good night.